Well, COVID-19 has drastically changed how students learn, especially those forced to take classes from home. Families have been thrust into juggling working from home, childcare, e-learning, and a lot more. Crossroads Education has come up with an education model aimed at helping Hoosier families meet those challenges through learning pods. And it's formed a new partnership with Next Studios. And we'll get details on how it all works from Crossroads Chief Executive Officer Kevin Berkopes and Next Studios Managing Entrepreneur John McDonald. Gentlemen, welcome to the program.
Hey, Gary.
Hey, Gary.
This is, I think, a great example of innovation in education. And Kevin, I want to start with you because that was really, when you founded Crossroads Education, I guess 4 years ago or so, it was really focused on that, being innovative in education.
Yeah, so we want to redefine what innovation in education actually is. There's no one model that's going to fix the system. What we've kind of realized through this response with COVID and the pandemic is that there's a need for agility, and that's something in the education system that is fundamentally lacking. So our partnership with Next Studios is built upon the idea that we can push out innovative ideas that will actually change the system and build agility and disruption into something that we all now know needs changed.
Okay, I want to talk about this partnership that's going to really be, I think, expanded in the coming time frame. But the first focus is on these learning pods. When you talk about learning pods, what are you talking about?
Yeah, so the pre-COVID story was Learning Commons, as we've been on your show and talked about. And as we moved through this sort of COVID response, we started hearing from families that there was a big need for managing e-learning at home. We knew as subject matter experts in the education space that this was a new opportunity, and so we reached out to Next Studios to build what we're now calling and have rebranded Crossroads as the Innovation Hub for Education in the U.S. This is a joint venture. It's the idea that we combine subject matter expertise, vision, and passion for education with the expertise and vision and passion for building companies, seeding them, and pushing them out. Learning Pods is the first iteration of this partnership, and it's really exciting about the team that we've created and what we can do in the community with this sort of work.
John McDonald, you're a leading voice in the tech community here in Indiana. You just launched Next Studios, a venture studio, just a short time ago. We had you on the show talking about it. Give us, really, first of all, a thumbnail of Next Studios and what it's all about.
Yeah, Next Studios is a brand new venture studio here in Indiana. It's designed to take ideas into products and products into companies. A lot of venture studios do that. For us, it's a little different. We're a B corporation or a benefits corp, which means we have a charter to go back and help our community do this and look for innovative ideas in places where the traditional venture capital system may not find these great ideas. And certainly that applies to what's happening here with Kevin and EdTech, and it's just a very natural relationship for us to make.
How's this going to work? How's this joint venture going to work, this partnership? And again, mentioned really the learning pods, Crossroads Learning Pods is that first piece.
Well, when Kevin first told me about the learning pods idea, my first question to him was, are you planning on spinning that out into a company? Because I think that that's an investable asset, and I think I can find some investors that would really be interested in that, because the implications are far beyond just COVID learning management. It actually allows for schools to be able to have learning pods in other cities and other places and be able to extend their brand or their type of education or their faith-based ministry outside the four walls of their organization, and that's something that could be really transformative to education as delivered. To do that, though, you're going to need to form that product, and you're going to need to launch that product in the marketplace, and that takes money, and that takes venture capital in my world. And so it's a really natural partnership. We don't come up with the ideas at the studio. We have to find great ones like that, but we're experts, not in ed tech, but in taking those ideas into products and products into companies. And so I think this is just one of the first of a lot of really interesting ed tech technology that's going to come out of what it is that Kevin and his team are doing.
All right, Kevin, your expectations here. What can we expect from these learning pods, and how do you see that growing in partnership with the folks at Next Studios in this joint venture?
Yeah, I think it really capitalizes on the groundwork that's been laid over the past 20 years for why Indianapolis has looked to be an innovation hub for education. Some of the school choice movement and the things led to this idea and the ability for us to scale what we're doing. With a joint venture, we get to build a hub of innovation. We get to put it in Indianapolis, in Indiana. We get to build these products alongside a team, a really talented team like John and the rest of the Next Studios group. So Crossroads Studios really becomes a venture studio for ed services, disruptive companies. And we're to the stage now where we're going to look to build that type of agility into the system and really go out and change fundamentally the way that young people learn. And that's something we've been passionate about for a long time. With this partnership, we think it accelerates quickly.
Innovation in education, lots of examples here in Indianapolis. This is another one, a partnership between Crossroads Education and Next Studios. Kevin Berkopes, the CEO at Crossroads Education, John McDonald's managing entrepreneur at Next Studios. Thank you both. We look forward to following the progress of the learning pods and the impact on education.
Thanks, Gary. Really appreciate the time today.
Yep, thanks, Gary.
All right, guys.